Okay, why isn't this working? Hello? Can you hear me, Karen? Yes? Amazing. You're on mute, Karen, just to let you know. You're okay, Michael. We'll just give it a few minutes, Karen, until everyone arrives. And Chris is here as well. Hi, Chris. We can't see you yet. You know what? I should probably just pause this. Can you remind me too? I didn't have that. I did not have that recorded. I literally put it on pause till everybody came in. So it's not. So now you have to remember. But the thing is you haven't trained your audience. They don't know that they should be liking it. They're like, oh, cool post, and they're going to keep going. Because you go and like something else where they have trained themselves that, for instance, I've posted something after you. People are going to like and comment because that is a practice that they're used to doing now. They're used to doing that with me. They're used to that I engage with them. They're used to that I'm going to give them something that they need, right? So all you're doing is doing the exact same thing. When I first started, Jen, nobody liked my stuff. Nobody did. I would post stories. No one, right?
Yeah.
But it was just a constant. So you're good. You're so good. And remember, you had a lot of success this week as well. Like you really, really have. Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, it looks like it's just us. That's okay. We're recording this. We're going to be sharing it with the rest of the ambassador group. So Karen and Jen, you're superstars for joining us. And Christine coming in and out, so that's okay. We'll wait till she comes on. But I'm going to hand the floor over to Michelle because she has promised to give us some incredible statistics that are mind-blowing. She walked me through some of these, and I was like, are you freaking kidding me? And by listening to this stuff, it will make you want to engage in different ways. So, Masha, I'm going to check in on Christine.
Awesome. Hello. So I want to go through, it's seven different steps to being able to generate success as an online marketer, and be able to get to the point where the success is translating into sales and into revenue coming in, because it's a multiple step process in order to get there. Right, so the first one is to accept the numbers, right? To accept them. When I teach sales to people that are doing in-person selling, the statistics are that out of every 100 people that are random people, there are currently about 4 people that are looking for what you've got. Okay, so those are not pretty numbers. Right, out of every 100 people, there are 4 people that are looking for what you've got. The issue is to accept that that's the truth. It's not to feel bad about it. It's not to think that it has anything to do with us individually. That's the way that it works, right? That's the reality of the way that the numbers work. We have influence over some of those numbers by being able to target more ideally our perfect customers, right? Who would be somebody who would be interested in this type of solution, who would be interested in this product set, etc. And so I do have a customer avatar exercise, a branding package that I will happily send to you guys if that's something that you would like to do. I think it's an insanely valuable exercise to go through. It'll take probably at least an hour to do it the right way.
Worth it, worth it.
So worth it, so incredibly worth it. Because what it will do is it will give you guys a tool for, instead of just when the posts go out generally, then we are casting too large of a net, right? So doing a customer avatar for, if you could only have one person who is going to feel as though their life is totally different because they joined the Positive People Army and they took participation in the PIPs, the Positivity and Practice workshops. They come to Shine, our retreat. They come to Shift, our event. Like, if there's one person only, who is that person? And then going through the exercise to such a level of depth that we get into all of the intimate details. And there's some questions that are like, what's this person's favorite meal? What do they have on the wall of their dining room, right? Like, it's to really go deep into this one person. When you guys see marketing ads, which is incessant, we see so many ads, and then all of a sudden we'll see one that somehow resonates with us, right? Somehow we feel like they're talking to me. And the reason that occurs is because that company, I would bet money on it, is that they've done their research and they've directly targeted a customer avatar in a way that when I read it, it does totally speak to me because I'm one of the people that they've profiled as their perfect client. As an example, I have 2 different brands, okay? 2 different types of avatar that I market to. One is I market to girls that are between the age of 20 and 30 that are interested in building businesses. They are smart. They are, go-getters. They are sassy. They're ambitious. And I market to them, right, for my She the Mighty brand. Another customer avatar is I work with CEOs and executives on leadership and how to increase the performance of their teams, right? So that's generally a man, and he's generally over the age of 40. Do you think that the marketing messages for those 2 brands are different? Totally different, right? Do you think if I made it general so that they would both stumble across my marketing ad, so it would kind of include both of them because I would zoom out with my marketing and I would be a little bit more not as direct? Do you think that if they saw that marketing ad that made room for both of them, that either of them would buy? Never, right? So going through the marketing process of determining who is your perfect customer, if there's only one person, and then go really, really deep into what is that person like, that will give you rocket fuel for your marketing and for the way that you post and the things that you say, the language that you choose. And then those are the people that you're looking to get interaction with. Those are the people that will start to post. It's not just, we're not just looking for the random general public to post and contribute. You're looking for people that are your perfect customer avatar, so that those people start to feel connected and they start to feel as though you are having a conversation. That's an ongoing conversation. And that's what really smart marketing is. It is to continue to have a discussion with those people and speak to them in a way that they feel that they're also part of the conversation. Okay. So there's one question in that exercise that to me is the most hilarious. And Karen, I'm not sure if you don't have the same ads in the UK or not. So we'll find out if you've seen this ad. But one of the questions in there is if you had, if your tribe or your people that are perfect customers for you, if they had a rally cry, what would the rally cry be? Okay, and so the example that I want to give you, which to me is one of the best rally cries I've ever seen done by a company who has done such great work going through the customer avatar process. Let's see if you guys recognize it. Get the car!
Start the car.
Get the car!
Start the car.
Start the car!
So it's an IKEA commercial over here in Canada, and it's hilarious.
Right? Because all of that in that rally cry, because I feel like I am stealing because all of the stuff that I have in my bag is so freaking cheap that I think I'm going to get arrested. So honey, start the car because we have to get out of here. Mm-hmm. Right? And so that's a fantastic rally cry. And so I encourage you to think about that, be really, really creative because it will help you when it comes to your marketing. Cool? Okay, so accepting the numbers also means accepting the number of times that we need to post in order to build consistency. Because right now, it is all of us working together in order to have this conversation be something that people are seeing more visibly. Mm-hmm. So it's the accumulation of posts. Like we have a task in front of us that is massive at the moment because we're in the process of building brand recognition for the Positivity and Practice program, particularly and it's never been seen before, right? So this is something that's totally brand new. And it's in the accumulation of the posts that we all contribute to the conversation that's going to start to build trust for people, right? There's impulses and reasons why people buy, right? There's 4 different impulses why we make purchasing decisions. One of them that is really strong is called Jones effect. You guys ever heard of Jones effect? Okay, so it used to be called keeping up with the Joneses. Right? But what it means more strongly today is that we want and trust things that other people have already purchased, especially because of an online marketplace, right? And so at the moment, the PIPs are brand new, and we need to really work on building the conversation. We need to really work on building, evidence that's searchable and findable online when people are looking for references about the PIPs, when people are looking for other people's opinions about taking these courses. We need to find people that are, posting testimonials about the Positive People Army, about what it's like to take one of the classes or what it's like to work with the Positive People Army, so that we can increase the conversation that's happening. And those sales impulses are really, really strong. When we select a video on YouTube, we generally select the video that has the higher amount of views or the lower amount of views. Higher amount of views, right? Because it says to us that that's more valuable. More people have already watched this. It's more right? So it's the exact same thing. The volume of all of the posts that we can contribute together is what's going to get us there and what's going to make a difference. So part of accepting the numbers is, in general, on different platforms, there's different rules. Okay, so Facebook, to post on Facebook, approximately 2 to 3 times per day, in different places, is the target for people to post, right? That's the activity that's required in order to make the conversation get louder. Now, those posts, they're not all sales posts, not at all, right? There may be a sales post every 3rd day. So that means that there would be like 6 or 7 posts that were just things that were either shared straight out of the Positive People Army onto your own Facebook page, or it would be some positive meme that you post and you just talk about gratitude or something, and there's no call to action. There's no trying to sell. It's just a post, and it is engaging in this conversation that we will be able to have a different life experience by becoming really, really strong at doing these practices, because they make such a big difference to the way that your life feels, right? So it's just doing those individual posts. And again, whether we love or hate the numbers, those are the numbers, right? I'm going to go into some pretty big detail when it comes to LinkedIn and Twitter. And you can take notes on this, but we're also going to send it out to you in an email so you'll get it. LinkedIn is one of the platforms that we should absolutely start to post on, with much more frequency, for several reasons, right? So the statistics for LinkedIn, 44% of the users are female. 61% of the users are between 30 to 64 years old. And 57% of the users view LinkedIn using their mobile device. Okay, so they're spending time at the office, taking a look on LinkedIn, reading articles, etc. It's a really professional, of course, focused platform, but it's a place where companies are looking to do employee bonuses, where they're looking to do employee training, where they're looking to send their people to a conference, or they're looking to send their people into educational programs. So it's a fantastic platform. The average person on LinkedIn has a salary of over $125,000. That's the average. So it's a platform where people are making good money. And because of that, they have the investment perspective in being able to purchase things that are going to help them perform as a high performer, right? So it's already a better qualified market than just the landscape of massiveness of Facebook, right? So LinkedIn is a place where we can do very well targeted ads. On LinkedIn, generally speaking, posting twice a day is really, really smart.
And I know the times for LinkedIn. The times for LinkedIn is first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Anywhere between 7 a.m. and 9 a.m. in the morning is a key target time.
Yeah. And then between 5 to 6 p.m. at night.
Exactly.
Okay, so those are the windows on LinkedIn. And sorry, the frequency on LinkedIn is 4 times per week, not twice a day. I was wrong. 4 times per week. And the same thing, we've got a suggestion on the sheet that talks about the content ratio of consumable posts versus promotional posts, like when you sell. And on LinkedIn, it's 3 times that you post stuff just about that's information based, and 1 time you post something that is inviting people through a link to be able to purchase or sell. Okay, Twitter is totally different. Twitter is kind of like that platform where all the crazy people that are standing out in the street that used to just shout into the air.
Now they have Twitter.
That's what Twitter is, right? It's like this random world of people all just shouting, which is hilarious. But it's incredibly powerful because it is a massive, massive platform, and it is hugely used, and it's a completely different audience than who's currently on Facebook. So with Twitter, 10 to 16% of followers on Twitter see posts, which is the second highest out of all platforms. So it's got a really, really good reach. 80% of them view it from mobile, and Canada is 4th in Twitter's top 5 markets. So there's a lot of people in our country that are on Twitter. So it's a really great access point. Twitter, it's different times. It's between 1 and 3 p.m. Everybody likes to shout into the universe in the middle of the afternoon. Or in the evening between 6 and 9 p.m. Right? So it's just good to know those stats so that way we're not like posting on Twitter. Everybody's asleep apparently on Twitter in the morning, right? Nobody's awake yet.
A lot of millennials on Twitter.
Totally. And the number for Twitter, the number of posts that we need to do on Twitter in order to gain some traction, you're not going to like this.
Not at all.
50 times a week.
50 times. So that's why people like I feel like a lot of people get very frustrated with Twitter. I am one of them. I am totally one of those very frustrated with Twitter, because Twitter doesn't have the interaction that exists in Facebook. It doesn't have the connection. Twitter is it's like the analogy that Michelle just used is perfect. It's just a lot of people trying to get their opinion and point across. It's not about connection. It's not. It's about shareability, which is why you would use Twitter.
So what would you put in Twitter then, Heidi?
So Twitter, you can share everything that you share in Facebook, but we need to remember that there's only a certain number of characters. Now it has gone up. I can't remember what it is now, but you can actually post, like I think before it was only like 64 characters, whereas now I think it's like 120 characters. So you can put that, and you can still post videos in there. So you can still post, the postcards in there. You can post images. You can post any of that, but it needs to be constant. And it's more about a dialogue. It's more about like your opinion on something. So it's more about like I totally feel gratitude is everything in my life. I don't know about you guys, but this is how I do it. And then you put it, right? So it's more about like that. It's more about this is what I'm thinking, because people on Twitter want, the only connection you're going to get is a dialogue where people can then state their opinion. Because exactly like Michelle said, they love to yell.
Yeah.
They love to yell. And on that note, I just want to bring up one little point. I'm just going to interrupt you for a second. But I want to talk about just for a second etiquette when it comes to posting. And I'm only going to bring up this one point right now. One of the etiquette, only because Michelle has talked about a number of times with Twitter, that Twitter is just people yelling into the world. I want everyone to know that when you write everything in caps on anywhere in social media,
or in an email,
anywhere, on your text, whatever it is, if you put everything in caps, that is yelling. And people will scroll right by you. If your post is in all caps, you're yelling at them, and people get offended by that. So please do not put all your posts in all caps. Even though Michelle said everybody's yelling on Twitter, please do not yell with everything in caps. We don't want to offend anyone. Okay, awesome. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure I got that in. Yeah.
Cool. Okay, so number 2, and I think that we can check this one off. Number 2 is to partner with the right product or company. It's simply be willing to go through this because you believe in what it is that they're doing. There's a lot of people that will find a lack of success in like multi-level marketing companies or whatever, if they've joined them with the hope of making a really quick buck and they're not passionate or connected to the product set, or there's issues with the company, etc. So I think that, hopefully we can just check that one off.
Exactly. I think everybody's into positivity.
So the next one, and we've talked about this a little bit already, is to be genuine and ethical. And it is to follow down that authenticity conversation, that you're being genuine, right? Like we had a great conversation this week in the ambassador program and with, what to post. And, if we feel as though we're trying to teach other people something that we're still learning, then there can be a collision of, confidence and honesty and feeling as though we're kind of acting like a fraud. And that entire conversation goes away and doesn't exist when we remove the need for us to be perfect. Right? So being genuine and ethical and simply speaking about the things that you're working on or that you feel, and then to have also a small, view into the fact that we're looking to set an example. We're looking to work towards leading people in how to be able to become more practiced at these positivity strategies. And so the way that we used to phrase it was anything that you have positive, that's what you spread around. Anything that you have as a challenge or that's really negative that you need help with, that goes directly up to the people that you seek advice from, etc. And so we use that in a way to, even if you're going to post about something that has been a challenge and you're going to be vulnerable about it, it's really key to do it and still try to frame it in a, I'm going through a struggle. I'm working on gratitude. I'm a believer in this practice, and I'm reaching out to ask for other people's help to help me stay inspired and on track because it's been a really tough day. So I would love to ask any of you, what are you grateful for? Because that will help me stay on track too. And then do your little hashtag of whatever it is. We're going to send out some hashtags that we can ask people to use as commonly. Maybe it's like positivity forever or something, right? Those posts, they're not negative, right? They're still being posted in with a positive intention. Do you know what I mean? We bring that up because I sometimes see coaches online or, other professionals online that in 1 second they're saying, everything's amazing. And then the very next second they're saying, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself or whatever. And then the next thing it's, oh, well, you should buy my course because I'm really fantastic. And then the next thing it's, I don't know how to do anything or get out of bed today. It's just been such a tough day. And then the next one, it's buy my stuff. So there's inconsistency. You know what I mean? And so one of the key messages is to stick to the truth, right? Be genuine, be ethical. And that way you are totally safe, authentic, absolutely. And know that we are all works in progress. Nobody needs to be perfect. And there's never a need to claim to do something that you don't feel that you're a part of. We want to keep everything completely honest. It's just so much more fun to play that way. Okay?
Does anyone have any questions so far?
Yeah.
No? Okay, great.
Okay. Number 4 is treat this like any other business. Meaning that it's a business, right? And so in order to be able to generate success in any other business, there's a lot of work that goes into that. There's a lot of effort that goes into that. So it's almost a reiteration on accept the numbers, but now take a look at it as though it is a business and it must be treated that way, right? Some of the ways to be able to do that is to don't overmarket specifically to your friends and your family, right? Let's say if you were to open up a water bottle store, then you wouldn't be constantly talking to your friends about coming to your water bottle store. You'd look for other people that you haven't met yet to come to your water bottle store, right? Too often in network marketing, the advice is, okay, start messaging all of your friends and start, sending them, hey, we should meet for coffee. And then when they come out, you pounce on them. You know what I mean?
You're going to lose your friends if that happens.
That's right. And for the people that are in your circle, they're going to see you authentically posting things that truly are uplifting. And if they're curious, they're going to approach you. They'll come to you and they'll ask about that. And so it is great to be able to post on your Facebook profile those posts that we've been talking about that are not the sales posts, right? Very often, so that your friends and family don't feel like you're simply posting post after post about buy stuff, buy stuff, buy stuff. Okay? Mm-hmm. But that being said, treat it like any other business, which means on LinkedIn, on Twitter, on Facebook and other Facebook groups, it's still something that takes the work in order to be able to generate activity.
And that's why I don't know if you guys have noticed, but everything we ever talk about, you've never once heard us say, you know, get in touch, like reach out to your family and friends. We always say, reach out to your network. Mm-hmm. So your network are your, you know, your LinkedIn, your Twitter, the other groups that you belong to. These are your network. That's your colleagues, right? So definitely, that's why we always say that dialogue. It's a network. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Number 5 is work in your business or on your business every day. Okay, so it's a part of what you do on a daily basis. And to think about it in the sense, okay, so point number 6 is the point I was going to make. Point number 6 is set goals about activity, not outcomes. Mm-hmm. Right? So sometimes people will say, it's my goal to make $5,000 by the end of September. Right? That's my goal.
That would be nice.
Well, and so the goal, though, when we set our goal that is actually the outcome, mm-hmm. It's a more challenging pursuit, right? Instead, what we need to do is set goals that are about activity, right? The outcome or the result is going to occur once we do the activity, right? So the goal becomes instead, I need to post 5 times a day, every single day from now until September 15th. That's the goal. Mm-hmm. That's something that's actionable, right? The outcome is a result of us doing the action steps, right? And sometimes in goal setting, that doesn't get addressed. It's simply about put the picture up, put up your vision board, you know what I mean? Look for the things that you want to bring into your life. Remember focusing on the law of attraction and all of these things and your perspective and affirmations. And we don't talk about what's the activity that's required in order to be able to generate that outcome. So I like to say that having a really large successful team that's selling like crazy, that's giving you, you know, an unbelievable revenue stream, that's not a goal, that's mm-hmm. a result. Yeah. Right? It's a result of all of the tiny little things that need to be done in order to generate that result, right? And so focusing on goals that way makes a massive difference.
My favorite analogy when it comes to goal setting and talking about goal setting like that is thinking about getting yourself ready for a marathon. Completing the marathon, finishing and crossing the finish line is the end result. But you can't just get up today and get to that end result in a marathon. There needs to have been a workout schedule, a health regime. It's like all of these actionable things that I have to do to get myself in shape to cross that finish line, right? So it's that simple. So it's like, I love, Michelle, that you are even talking about this, because yes, I think there's so many people that are like, I want to be able to make $5,000 instead of, oh my gosh, I'm like so looking forward to the interactions I'm going to have, you know, how many posts I'm going to make, you know, I'm going to join some more groups and get to know more people. And it's like, you're literally building your network. You're increasing the positivity in your own life and everyone else's life. These are the actionable things that you want to be doing. Great. Amazing point, Michelle. Amazing. No love it. So a marathon.
And then one point to consider too is that when you have these goals, ask yourself the question, what kind of relationship do you have with your goals? Right? Because we have to build a relationship with our goals, just like we build a relationship with another person. Do you have a long distance relationship with your goals? Right? Do you see them sometimes? Do you have a like Tinder type of relationship with your goals? Right?
So good.
Maybe a little bit. Do you have a abusive relationship with your goals? I'm going to do it. No, you're not. I'm going to do it. No, you're not. I can do this. No, I can't. Right? Because your goal is listening, right? It's listening to the way that you are taking care of it. It's your goal is sitting there and it's looking at whether or not you're posting. And your goal is feeling a little bit, unimportant to you, even though you've made this goal lots of promises. You said to this goal that you're going to be spending time with this goal, that you're going to be celebrating with this goal. It's going to be so amazing when we get to be together goal. And then the goal's watching and it's like, she didn't post yesterday. What's going on, man? Right? So having a philosophy that you're going to build a long-term relationship with those
healthy relationship
with those outcomes and with those goals, it gives us a different way to manage our behavior, and it gives us a different set of permission when we're doing certain things, especially if they make us uncomfortable by becoming visible, right? Because the true bottom line is that in order for people to purchase, in order for people to be able to take the actions that will translate into revenue and reward, we got to become so visible, right? There is no way to be quiet and successful in online selling. The only way is when people see, and they see the messaging consistently enough, and they see it from more and more people, that they start to build trust, that they start to get curious, so that way they can take a purchasing step. They will start to do research, right? And that's the way that people will start to look at what you're doing, by making sure that you have a different set of permission. You give yourself permission to post all the time. And then the last one is to put all of those actions. So to ask yourself the question, what activity do I need to do in order to reach that outcome, right? In order for me to have a really good relationship with my goal and to be respectful of my goal and to ensure that I, behave in the way that my goal would approve, what activity would be required in order to generate that outcome? And then take that activity and put it into your schedule. Right? It's one of the best ways to keep yourself accountable. It's one of the best ways to feel the fear and do it anyway until you stop feeling the fear. It's one of the best ways to ensure that you deliver on the contract that you've made to yourself about what you would like to accomplish and the outcomes that you have. And do you guys remember the values exercise that we did in Impact?
Karen wasn't there.
Karen wasn't there? Okay.
Karen's in the UK.
I'm going to email you a values exercise, Karen. Okay.
Let's put it in. Let's put it in the email.
Okay.
We'll attach it, Karen. Don't you worry.
Okay. And so the values exercise is something that is fascinating to do. And again, it's like rocket fuel for your marketing, because what it allows you to do, I encourage people to add their values into their marketing, because it is such a deep way to connect with other people that have the same values that you do, right? We have an underlying kind of code of conduct as a human, and it's what we believe, the way that people should behave and the way that life should be and what should be important, and it's how we prioritize things. And we feel aligned with other people who value the same things that we value. We understand so much about them as a person. It's way more interesting to engage and spend time with those people. And we have the exact opposite response to people whose values are in violation of ours, or to people who ask us to do something in violation of one of our values. It feels like we're breaking the law of the universe. And so by doing the values exercise and then being able to incorporate what your highest values are into the conversation is something else that's like rocket fuel for your business. Cool? Mm-hmm. Okay. So those are all of my points.
Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, just one.
Okay.
When on LinkedIn, what would you start with? Would you start with I'm grateful for, or would you start with I'm a member of the PPA? Or how would you, as it's a different platform and you want people as a corporate thing to get involved, how would you go about putting the first one on?
Yeah, so I think that it's really smart to approach it from a corporate perspective. And I would either do some research, like if it was me, I would spend 5 minutes with my buddy Google and I would research statistics like, how does positivity impact the workplace? And I would find a blog that somebody else has already written, and I would share it on LinkedIn.
I'm writing as fast as I can.
No problem.
You're good.
Impact the workplace.
Yeah, and then just share that blog on LinkedIn.
And also, go and spend some time in LinkedIn. You know,
Yeah.
go and look at other people's posts.
Yeah, I am a member of LinkedIn. I have been for a few years, but you know, I'm not with the 125,000 income bracket, but Billy is, and so is his boss. But you know, it's something that I'd never thought of putting the PPA through until last week, really, and then I sort of forgot about it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then also, to Heidi's point, if you follow people or you search for groups on LinkedIn with the word positive, you'll find other people already. And when they write posts, I would just follow those people. And so when they write a post, I would like their post. I would share their post. You know why? They're going to love that you're doing it. And now all of their audience is going to see your name on their list, right? So it's really, really smart you don't have to come up with any content yourself.
Yeah.
Share everybody else's.
Yeah.
And then once a week on LinkedIn, I would add to the post that you found such an incredible resource by connecting with the Positive People Army and their programs and how big of a difference that they have made to many executives that you know. Are
you are gonna post this, aren't you?
Pardon me?
Yes.
We are recording it. One because Caroline couldn't get in either, so she's.
That's okay. We'll definitely share it. Don't you worry.
Yes, I've always got it then.
And
yeah.
I just want to add to something that Michelle said about when you're resharing other people's stuff. What also makes people stop when you reshare someone else's content is when you add why you need to share it.
Yes.
So why do I want to share this? Because, oh my God, it impacted me today. Oh my gosh, I had a dream about this. Oh my goodness, this was something I was thinking about, or I've done research, or whatever it is. Like, put your little 2 cents in there. Even if it's just one line and a couple of hashtags, it is then you're not just share, and you're not showing your own personality.
Yeah.
People are going to start taking notice of you if you share, but then show your personality with it.
When you share.
Yeah. Just very quickly, do we put, sorry, Jen.
That's okay.
Just very quickly before I forget, do we put our affiliation thing on LinkedIn as well?
So I would only do that maybe like twice a month because it's a platform that you want to not do a ton of selling on.
Yeah.
And so I would use your little bit.ly link, and I would use it from the perspective of, would you like more information about the PPA's programs? Here's a link to check it out. And I would very, very infrequently. To simply make more posts that are adding to the conversation is the goal. Right? So the activity that we need to do is to just do that. With that growing, we're looking to see that that's going to start to translate into sales really strongly. You're not going to like this in a couple of months.
Yeah.
After we've seen such a large conversation start to grow and build. And that's just the truth and the reality of the way that this stuff works.
Yeah. That's not to say that sales won't happen, but it's not going to be the ginormous that if you're like expecting right away, it's not. We literally have to, that's why we keep saying we have to train people. We have to inform people. We have to start spreading for this to become a brand.
Yeah.
Jen, you have some questions.
I didn't want to interrupt. I have to go, but I wanted to thank you guys so much. And I'll be looking for the replay. I'll be watching it again.
Excellent.
Thank you.
The next
Jen.
episode is being a team.
Jen.
So definitely chime in to see the end. Okay, Jen?
I will for sure. Thanks, guys. Bye, guys. Have a good day.
Bye. Bye, Jen.
Awesome.
Okay, so we're just going to finish this up with everything that Michelle has just talked about, which is very much about we are spreading, we are creating a brand, we are getting really loud with what we're doing. with that being said, I really want all of us, and we're a tiny group right now because of course we're still in beta mode. We are the beginning team. We are the first. We are the people that are creating this from the ground up, okay? And the word I want to really concentrate on here is the word team. All of us are a team. And since we are a team, we need to tap into each other for that team, which means that if Karen starts sharing these amazing posts and they're insightful and they're this and we're that, we're talking about resharing stuff on LinkedIn and Facebook. Guys, start sharing your own team's stuff, okay? Really start, like showing your network, oh my God, look at this amazing team that I have. And you can start using language like that, where it's like, oh my gosh, Christine posts, hey guys, I got to share this incredible post from my dear friend and, ambassador colleague that I have with the PPA. She totally blew my mind with her post on perspective. I've never looked at it that way. My perspective's been shifted, right? So it's like, then people are like, what is this? What is this colleague? Who is this person? What is the ambassador program? What are you talking about? Who is this? All of a sudden, it's like people are starting to see that you're a part of something bigger than just you. You are a part of something that everyone has your back, where we all have to start liking and commenting on each other's stuff. If we're going to create this dialogue and train your network to start engaging with you, we already have a team that can help you do that. So the more we start doing that, just like what Michelle said, people share stuff that has been watched more times than anything else. People won't be so afraid in your own network to engage on your post if they've seen that 5 other people have engaged and these conversations are amazing. I want a part of this. This is your team helping you out. So we've all got to be that team to assist each other. Stuff that's happening in the PPA. Like last week, the end of last week and the beginning of this week, I shared the PPA leaders that are starting the PIP programs in September. I shared a feature on them. I shared videos on them. I shared their bios on them. Guys, let your network know who they are. Why on earth are they ever going to want to buy a PIP if they have no idea what the PPA is or what the PPA leader is? Share it. Talk about it. Tag Mia. Oh my God, Mia is such an incredible PPA leader. Like, just check out her bio. Check out the conversation she had with Heidi. And if you haven't checked out the PPA, go check it out. But get to know these people. I love her. She's amazing. Whatever you want to write. I'm not going to put words in your mouth. But we all have to really start getting loud with, we're a team doing this together. So there should be no more. And guys, feel free to tag each other and stuff. Christine, if you're like, I had a conversation with Caroline, we were talking about gratitude, tag her. Tag Caroline. Get the conversation going. Let's all really start working as a team to get loud, because people all of a sudden are going to be like, I want to be a part of your team. I want to be a part of what you're doing that's making you so happy. You're having way too much fun, and I need to be a part of that. Because everybody wants to belong somewhere. Everyone wants to be seen, heard, and acknowledged. And we have the ability to do that with our posts that we're doing. So that was my whole thing for today. I just want to really go team, go PPA ambassadors, right? Yes. Do you have anything to add to that, honey?
Well, I mean, I just think that it's also a really smart strategy right now for anybody who is looking to promote. If you're looking to promote the PIPs or the positivity in practice, I think that it is super smart to say, I am going to be attending Mia's positivity in practice sessions that are starting September the 10th. I am going to be watching them and going through them again myself because I love this program, and ask people who wants to join me. Right? Who else would love to be a part of this session that I am also going to be attending? For people who are working on becoming positivity in practice leaders, it now gives you an opportunity to watch, be part of it, but also watch from a facilitation perspective. what happens? How do the facilitators handle certain questions? How do they handle the way that they present? How do they handle their energy levels? What's the tone like in their voice, right? So the first time that any of you guys experienced the PIPs, you experienced them as a participant. And so maybe not having visibility into all of the things that Heidi did when she was running the PIPs for you. And so now to have the opportunity to go back and take them again, I think is the smartest idea, and it's the one that will sell the strongest, because it's advocating that you are going to be participating and you're looking for other people who would love to join and have this unbelievable experience that you're going back for lap 2 of. And then being able to see the difference in the way that people engage. I think it's a great way to support each other. I think it's a great way to be able to promote the people who are currently in this situation that they are leaders already. And for anybody who's looking to become a leader, I think it's the smartest practice to go and watch them again, be part of it, learn, become more of an expert in this space so that you have the ability to be unbelievably fantastic when you get the shot to be able to run the positivity and practice yourself. And people will also return the favor, right? You guys rally together in order to promote these leaders and do, you know, our best to really talk about the truth of how fantastic they are and how fantastic the program is.
That's a brilliant idea.
Yeah. Well, you know.
Oh.
I think it's just an easy way to keep it honest. I'll stop. You guys got the point. I'll be
Yeah.
quiet about it.
All good. So yes, so get to know, like, you know, other ambassadors in the group. You can definitely like lean on each other. We all have private messenger. You know, like if you're going to be like, you know, hey Christine, I'm going to be posting, you know, 3 different posts today. I'd love your eyes on it. Please engage with me and have some fun. I'm going to get my network, you know, going or whatever. Lean on each other.
Well, what we could do, Chris, is we could have a conversation about Welwyn Garden City, because I actually live in Stevenage.
Yes.
And I used to go to school in Welwyn, because do you remember the village called Digswell? That's where I was brought up as a child. My whole childhood, I lived.
Really?
Yeah.
Love Digswell. It's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You two might as well go now, because
So listen, guys, you guys are fantastic. Yes, work together.
How amazing is that? Yeah.
Help each other. Like that's what we're all here for. And again, the ambassador group is a fantastic group for all of us to really share in there, to, you know, if you are struggling with stuff, to ask us questions, or, you know, or to literally rally the rest of your ambassadors and just say, hey guys, you know, I'm going to be posting some really, like, you know, conversational stuff, or I'm going to do a poll, or I'm going to do an event that invites people to hear about the ambassador program, or to hear about, you know, the courses that I'm selling, or whatever it is. So, and also remember, so tomorrow I'm holding an info night. So if you have any people that you want to bring into that, you know, please, more than welcome. That is there. You can share it with them. But you guys can do this stuff yourself and rally people to assist you and get the engagement happening without having to worry that no one's engaging. Okay?
Yeah.
We can help do that. And I'm constantly in there, and that's why, Karen, I'm like, definitely friend me, because I will do that. When I see your stuff, I'm commenting. I'm doing that to initiate the engagement within your posts. Okay? So I'm definitely, I'm on it as much as I can to make sure that I see your stuff. Okay?
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, go ahead.
And just one super quick last point for anybody who has not yet held themselves to the accountability level that they like in getting their posts done. It's really smart to partner up with somebody and be each other's accountability partners and figure out my activity for the week. I am committing that I am going to post X number of times in these places, and you have your schedule clear, and your accountability partner, you tell them. So they know exactly what it is, and they give you back the exact same thing, and you hold each other accountable, and you check off if you did it at the end of the week or if you did not, right? And it's a way to have somebody else being able, and again, the question is the goal, is this outcome, is that serious? Is that where we would really like to get? Because the activity is required in order to get there. And so it takes away the resistance.
Okay? Great job, guys.
I just asked Karen, what's your surname?
It's Turner Smith. So it's
Turner
hyphen,
Smith.
Yeah, Turner-Smith.
She was totally serious.
Thank you. I'll look you up.
Brilliant.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
you.
And you.
Thank you.
Love you.
We're going to share this again, guys. Love you too, Christine. We're going to share this again, and we're going to send out all of that information that Michelle shared as well.
Brilliant.
Great.
Take care.
Thanks.
Bye.